Video talking about how social media can get you fired, and it went viral. But I want to talk about something more deeper, and how you can allow social media and how you can allow the internet to get you hurt. It can get you hurt, it can get you unalived very easily if you don't use street smarts. Get out of your feelings and get out of your emotions and understand that this ain't the place to play with. You have to use some type of discernment, and you're going to have to use some type of street smarts and some awareness and self-awareness in order for you to survive. And I'm going to give you some examples. So it was a young lady on here that was stressed out of her job. She was stressed out of her job. She was like, I come here in my car and I cry, I boo-hoo or whatever. I wish she would have not made that video, but she wanted to make that video to vent. This is not a safe place to vent anymore. So guess what? Somebody found that video, found out where she worked, called her job, sent that video for her. They told her, maybe you could just take a couple of days off on us. They don't never give you a couple of days off on them. So they do the FedEx move. What is that? They send you home, and the next day you get a box, a FedEx box with all your belongings and all your stuff in it, right? All your stuff in it. And said, with a termination letter, says your employment has been terminated. We don't think you're a good fit for here. And the next video she made is like, why did y'all get me fired? Why did y'all get me fired? No, you got yourself fired. Trusting these people. These people are sinister and evil. And all it is people who stop at nothing, do facial recognitions, find streets that you live on, or whatever the case may be, to find where you are, to find a way to mess up your life because you said something wrong to hurt their feelings, or you made them feel a certain way, or they're just plain evil and want to find something to hurt you even more. They get off on it, man. But you don't listen. There's another lady sat here and said that she met a guy, or he was talking back and forth in the DMs and whatever. So she hit me up and she said, hey, can I get some advice? What you think I should do? I said, well, you should take at least a year to get to know him. You don't know that man. Well, no, he seemed like he's a nice guy. Everybody seems like they're nice. No, she didn't believe me. So what did she do? She invited her to her home. Came to the home. They did their business or whatever. She ended up with an incurable disease. Why? Feelings, emotions. I never believe my feelings or emotions. Right? Or my homegirl who would sit on this live and sit back and got these bunch of girlfriends, sisters. I said, I'm not your sisters, man. You don't know them people. Take your time to get to know them. And I said, they should be saying the same thing about you. Why would somebody get on a plane and come see you? They don't even know you. No, Joe, these my sisters. We all gonna have a girls' night. So they get all on the plane. Didn't know how she lived. Now, my homegirl lived very well, right? She got a room with her mother, where her mother passed away at. So it's not clean. She hasn't been in there to clean it because she was trying to process her mother passing away. She has an amazing fiance, right? He's a good man. Let me tell you what these women did. They came in our house, took the cameras out, and started going in the room talking about how dirty it is and how she lives dirty and filthy and clean, and how her fiance tried to holler at her, not knowing there's cameras all around it. Her fiance and her husband, or soon-to-be husband, never even entered the house. So they lied. And I said, Joe, why would they do that? Well, I don't know, because they're humans. It wouldn't happen if you would have used some discernment and said, no, I don't know, y'all. I'm good. We stay on the internet. We stay on the internet. My address has been put out 4 times on this app. 4 times. 4 times for something I said that made somebody hurt their feelings, or they made them feel a certain way. People are emotionally unstable and do not know how to control their emotions, right? And they would stop at nothing to hurt you. Another example, it was a lady, African lady, who decided to talk about how she didn't like Americans and African Americans. So she decided that this is what I'm going to put out here, and how she worked in the medical field. The worst thing she ever said is how she works in the medical field. So guess what somebody did? Facial recognition, or use whatever they needed to do, found out where she works. They found out where she worked. She is no longer working there. The next video she had, she was crying in tears, right? In tears, because they fired her. And guess what? She will never be able to find a good job. She will have to be on the graces of somebody else being able to give her a second chance to find a new job. You all be taking videos at your jobs and thinking that this is cool. Nobody wants to see that. Thinking that you're doing something, let me show you this and that. And you don't understand that there's policies in place that's against that. right? Let me tell you something. There was a lady who was stressed out about her children one day. For all you mothers, she was stressed out about her kids one day. So she was just like, I'm tired of these kids. It's getting tired. Being a mother, being a single mother is hard, blah, blah, blah. And she was crying and everything. Well, guess what the father did? Well, he took that video, went down to court. Now he got full custody of them kids. Because all the videos that she was making was about how hard it was being a single mother. Now he has full custody. And guess what she said? Why did y'all do that to me? Who sent that to me? I blocked them. You sent that video to. There is people on this app and in the world that get off on doing evil shit. If we didn't have those people, we would have a utopia, but we don't. And I shouldn't have to tell this to a bunch of grown-ass adults. You have to be very careful and very mindful of what you get on this app. Let me tell you another one. My homegirl met a guy, told me, oh, he's a good man, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, that guy sounds too perfect. You know, I said, there's something wrong with this. Nobody that smooth. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. She talked to some lady on this daggone app, console $500. I don't know why she paid $500 to tell her how to get over on this man. The man took her somewhere, gave her HIV. She didn't want to listen to some sermon because she was saying, he knows my worth. Y'all are some simpletons, man. And this internet will get you hurt. And a lot of you are not thinking, using some discernment. Now, I understand sometimes you're in a bad place. I've been there. But this right here goes too far when the moment you start to take stuff of fiction and bring it into reality. A lot of you need to get outside, man. You need to be around some people to understand who to trust and what not to trust, because your indicator is off. It's off. And a lot of people don't live the way they say they live. A lot of people are just influencers to influence you to go somewhere, and not to influence you for good, to tell you to put yourself first, value who you are. You attack those. But you sit there when a person tells you a bunch of pack of lies and tell you stuff. Some of these men on this app, they are not telling the truth. Some of these dudes on here are some of the most sinister men in the world. That's why they do the things that they do. Some of these women on here are some of the most sinister people in the world. That's just why they do the things that they do. They know how to do it because they perfected it. And they know how to play on people's emotions. But guess what? You fall for it. And what you're supposed to do is to be able to have a gift of discernment. What your God-given right is to give a gift of discernment. It's the same as in church. It's the same thing. Same damn thing. Some of y'all will trust Amazon reviews before you even trust your gut. Be safe on this internet.